A new study confirms that Obamacare's birth control mandate is going to reduce the abortion rate. No surprise, ladies and gentlemen. We know that conservatives want to have it both ways. They don't want abortions. They also don't want birth control. And they want abstinence-only sex education, which just doesn't work. There's a new study that focuses on low-income women in St. Louis, Missouri. And it concludes, obviously, that if you expand access to free contraception, as the law does under President Obama's Affordable Care Act, birth control with no copay, this gets you very significantly reduced rates of unintended pregnancy. What does that lead to? Surely by looking at the numbers, less abortions.
Right.
Isn't this so obvious, Natan? And isn't the contradiction between not wanting birth control and not wanting abortion so absurd on the right wing?
Yeah, the right, clearly doesn't want there to be less abortions. They want there to be no abortions. And the only way to have no abortions is to ban it.
Yeah. Boy, I mean, a lot of the outrage here is that people don't want to be quote, paying for birth control for people, for sluts, right?
Right, of course.
I remember we got a phone call about that. It was kind of nasty. A guy said, well, why should I have to pay for someone else's birth control? And, I said, hey, if you want to pay for the hospital ride, the delivery, natal care, and then 18 years of welfare, be my guest.
Yeah, that's quite a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
I'm also really shocked that it's shocking that this study says actually giving people access to contraception in a way they can afford is more effective than pretending people just won't have sex if you shame them enough about it. Who knew that this would work better?
Imagine that.
So we'll see how this continues. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to think of this as one of those gains. If you think about the first 4 years of Obama, for all the bad things that he's done, which we will get back to talking to day one after this election. You know that, Lewis. Mm-hmm. For all the bad things Obama's done, there have been unrealized gains. If you think about investing in a stock that goes up, but you don't lock those gains in until you sell those shares. What we have right now in Obamacare and in a number of other areas are unrealized gains. The stock's gone up in value. We've got these new provisions, but they could be undone if Mitt Romney replaces Barack Obama. A re-election of Obama essentially allows us to lock those gains in by securing that Obamacare is not repealed and all of these other things. Mentally, this is a model that I think is useful to think about where we're at right now.
That is a good approach, yeah.